Hello everyone, Mira here. In this quick video I want to introduce you to a level design for beginners with Unreal Engine 4 series that I'm doing. This is just a temporary intro. Once the series is finished, I'm going to replace it with a new one, which is going to give an overview of the whole series. I'm going to be adding new videos all the time, and you can see what's already there. The playlist is in the description. Also, feel free to ask any questions. I really want feedback so I know what videos are missing in this series and what I could do better. So when the videos get outdated, I might rework them, and that feedback that you can give now, it's going to be really useful. And you can also request videos if you do not understand something. I mean, go into comments and ask me anything. So what did I cover so far and what is in store in this series? So far we have BSP brushes, but they are now called geometry tools. And those are used for blocking out levels, and they're really useful if you do not have art assets and you want to start building your level and play test it. So that is the first chapter. In the second chapter, we're going to take a closer look at static meshes. Those are used in your final game, and you should be replacing all of your BSP brushes with static meshes. So all the nice looking things in your game that are static, I mean, they're not moving, those are static meshes, kind of oversimplifying it. But that's the second chapter, and we'll cover how to import them, how to add materials. We're going to look a bit into starter content, because that's a really good place to start. And we're also going to look at how to add the asset packs, and there are also really cool stuff that you can get from Unreal Marketplace and from the Learn tab. In the third chapter, we are going to look at materials. Now that's going to be a really quick introduction to materials. Materials are really complex and you can do a lot with them. But I want to give you a quick introduction and talk about PBR, which is physically based materials. Those are pretty important in new games that are made. If you want to make realistic games, that's the best way to do it, and Unreal supports this pretty well. Then in the next chapter we are going to cover landscapes. So you use landscapes to build your landscapes or terrain. And we had to cover materials before landscapes, because I also want to show you how to set up material for a landscape. And after we covered landscapes, we're going to cover foliage. Foliage is used to add trees and grass to your landscapes. You can also add it to static meshes, by the way. While I'm going to cover lights along the way, I think they deserve their own chapter, so that is something that we're going to do after the landscapes. After we covered lights, we are in a really good spot to actually start building some levels. Of course, there are a few other tools that we need to learn, and those are particles, sound effects, and even after we kind of finish some level, we probably want to make a cinematic to show it off, and that is all going to be covered. But at this point, I'm going to start making something really interesting. And those are going to be sessions of a level design. So I'm going to build a whole level from scratch on empty project. I'm of course going to import some assets that we can find on Epic's launcher, or I found on the internet. So this series is not about building assets, it's just about level design and placing them in your level. And I'm going to record myself doing the whole process with commenting on everything that I'm doing. It's going to be a bit rambly, but if you want to see the whole level built from scratch and see all the mistakes that I make along the way, these videos are going to be for you. And I'm also going to turn them probably into speed level designs, so you can see quickly what I did. Maybe you don't want to watch the whole thing with commentary, so those are going to be without commentary, of course. So guys, this is a rough outline of what I'm going to be making. I'm really excited to make this, and if you have any suggestions, as I said, please go into comments and tell me about them. And of course, subscribe to the channel, you know what to do, and just go and start watching the series.